Welcome, Pisces, Aries, to your mid-month reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button and subscribe. Best message coming out, please. Best message. Ooh, right now it's just kind of interesting because it looks like you're just kind of moving on. We do have the Five of Cups over here, so it does look like there could have been some kind of acceptance or could have been some disappointment that went on. So it does look like there was something that was going on where it's just like, oh my gosh, but I have to get over this spilled milk. I have these Two of Cups behind me. I really need to turn around and look and see what's going on. And you do have the Two of Pentacles coming out, which is talking about knowing that there is something else that needs to be done. So it does look like there is decisions that are weighing you down. Interesting because you have the Two of Cups and it's like you have the Two of Pentacles. So you do know that this over here is like, okay, I have to accept this. This didn't work. This is a failed plan. It almost feels like you're kind of juggling. I don't know. Do you think those Two of Cups are going to work? Will they work? Because no matter what it is, there was some kind of sudden insight that said, this kind of, woke you up and said, I don't know. And I do feel like you are kind of juggling whether or not those Two of Cups behind you are really going to satisfy and help out in this situation. Is it going to change something? Will it help in this situation? Well, here's your answer. Here is your answer. Yes, it will. Spirit says, yes, it is. Keep going strong. Yeah. It's because you were a little untrustworthy about those Two of Cups behind you. See? It is. It's that untrust. I don't know if I can trust that. It is probably the better option, but is it really trustworthy? Or should I just walk away from all these cups and say, you know what, I'm going to go find another cup? Is it reliable, or is it just as unreliable and unpredictable as the three down, right? So it does feel like you are weighing those down, but Spirit says that is the better way. Yes, those Two of Cups will help you. Whatever that other thing is, it is going to be the better way. There is something going on over here where it was like, yeah, it's unpredictable. It's hasty. But it does feel like those Two of Cups, that's it though. That's why. Because it feels like the Two of Cups is a haste move. Oh, that's why you don't, okay. That's why you didn't want to really 100% turn around to those Two of Cups, because it's a hasty move. That's the leap of faith. That's the unpredictable piece to the puzzle. This went sour. These are there, but could it work? Yeah, it can. But I see it. It seems like it, yeah, because that's where the Ace of Cups is going to be. The Ace of Cups to the Sun. Wow. Okay. So yeah, guys, don't worry about that. Even though it does feel like it's hasty and it might be I don't know, it just feels like that's a big leap of faith that you have to do that, right? Sometimes it's kind of scary when we have to take these big leaps, right? And it feels like that's exactly what that is. It's hasty. It might even feel like it's a little unachievable. You might even have it in your head, I don't know, this went awry, but those seem a little bit unachievable. I don't know if I can get there. Well, you can, because it's going to turn into, those Two of Cups are going to turn into the Ace of Cups. Wow. It's just going to take a lot of inner strength where you had self-doubt about the situation. So whatever that is, it's just like, right? It's a struggle. It's a struggle with your emotions. It's a struggle. Right? But it's okay. You might have felt bad because somebody could have given you bad advice when it comes to the Three of Cups. So you're like, I don't know if I want to go for the Two of Cups. They say that it will help, but I don't know. It was kind of bad advice to begin with. I'm not sure how I'm going to get there. Ooh, Three of Swords. Yeah, and it caused a lot of suffering and pain. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into this situation. Tell us exactly how this is going to happen. It was something from the past, so it does feel like I'm kind of returning to the past of the Two of Cups. Oh, so a lot of you could feel like this was a past dream that I'm going to go back to. It's something that's a little more familiar. It might even be just a past person, and it feels a little hasty to have to go after my ex, go after this past dream. Go after this dream or this idea that seems more familiar because this over here didn't work. So now I have to take steps backwards. Maybe that's what it was, right? For a lot of you, that's exactly what it is. Returning back to the past. Well, I didn't want to do that, but it looks like that's where I'm going to have to go exploring. I don't want to explore the past, but that's where I'm going to end up going. Because it looks like that's where it's all going to work. Maybe you were afraid, because like it said before, right? It felt like it might have been unachievable. There was unachievable expectations. It felt hard. So I did something a little different. And now it's saying, now I have to go backwards. Shit, right? Now I have to go backwards to what feels familiar. Take that how it resonates. Okay. This over here says this will bring in the fool. There's that risk. There it is. Taking the blind faith. Taking that risk. There it is. Absolutely. Yep. Unpredictable haste. So now I have to jump back towards, but I'm jumping backwards. See, because I didn't really feel like that was going to work. So I walked away from it and thought, this will work. Caused me nothing but anxiety and nightmares. Did not work and caused me despair. It says now that you've transformed, now that you have a better understanding of what's going on around you, you can actually achieve what it is you need to achieve and develop and accomplish what it is you need to accomplish with these Two of Cups by going backwards. Okay, so whatever you left behind is saying that was actually where you were supposed to be. It felt like it was going to be hard. It felt like it was going to be unachievable, so you left it. But in seriousness, that's where the growth was. That's where the action needs to be taken, and that's where you're going to find all of your abundance. Whether it's love, money, job, whatever it is, you know what it is, guys. And you're probably going, oh my God, my intuition said it was going to be that way, but I didn't know, and I don't know if I want to, because it still could give me Three of Swords in some ways, even though it's going to be the better piece. So even if you feel like the Two of Cups could, in some ways, still cause some past reaction of like, oh my gosh, right, inner feelings, all of these things, right, if that's where it is. It's definitely there. So it says it's time to run after. It's time to be ambitious. It's time to be brave now and go back. You already know the difficult decisions. This had weighed you down once before. You already went this way. You felt you had stalemate, but now you know. Now you're thinking, right? Now you're thinking about how to get past that crossroads to that situation because you know that's where it's going to be, right? You have the Wheel of Fortune to this situation with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles says this is actually where you are going to find reliability. This is where you're going to be reliable. This is where everything becomes more practical and more supportive. For some of you, I just want to bring up this situation because I just heard this in my head. For some of you, you had a great opportunity behind you with the Two of Cups, but you found some kind of, and this is not for everybody, okay? If this is not your story, throw that away, but I'm just telling you, for someone I'm picking up, this was a great opportunity. You knew it, but you had to work really hard. Somebody gave you some kind of bad advice or something about maybe like a pyramid scheme, get rich kind of quick job or something that ended up milking you. Oh my God, it crumbled. So now you have to go back to where you started before and said, well, shit, now I got to go back, right? Because this get rich scheme or whatever they were having me doing, it did not work. If anything, it was super sour, super bad deal. And that was what got you in your head. And now you're like, shit, should I go back to the Two of Cups? For others of you, it could be a really bad relationship. You may have left this person for this person type of scenario. Something like that, or wanted this person, ended up with this person, and maybe you knew you wanted this person, but you never gave them the chance because this person came dwindling in. I don't know. So many damn scenarios that I see. But however it is, I'm just saying for some of you, it was some kind of deal where it felt like it was good, but it was just ended up really bad advice in the end. Okay? And now it's saying this is where you're nurturing and being very reliable and very stubborn, but it's going to have a painful ending. right? That Three of Swords, you know, ended up in, not only did the Three of Swords end up that way, it was almost like the, oh my gosh, yeah. There could have been some kind of betrayal and disloyalty to that situation to where it really hurt in the end. And just like, okay, well, I might have had three of Swords from the Two of Cups at one time, but now, only because I wasn't getting out of it what I wanted, and then they said I would get more out of the Three of Cups, which then destroyed me into the Ten of Swords. Ouch. And then you have the Tower come crumbling down. Okay, so clarify on the Sun, because we know we have the Sun and the Empress. Okay, so yeah. Contemplating with the Four of Cups brings the Ace of Cups. Now you already have the Ace of Cups. So it's saying there's those 3 cups down again. Dwelling on these 3 of Cups while you have this Ace of Cups sitting next to you. And this is where you're contemplating. Do I go back towards where I was before? How am I going to fix this situation? Right? Because I don't feel good. This doesn't feel good at all. It's almost like I kind of screwed myself with the Two of Cups, which then could have become the Ace of Cups if I would have just given it more of a try type of scenario, right? But the Sun says, no, after you contemplate on that situation, get down to the situation, use your intuition, right? Yeah. You will have the Six of Pentacles where you felt like you had the Five of Swords. Yeah, somebody could have stolen from you. There was a lot of disagreements, a lot of defeat, a lot of, oh my gosh, a lot of competition in the situation. However it is, it does feel like after all of that is done and over, you throw that sword down and you say, you know what, I'm done. I'm going back to what I know is mine, and I'm going after that Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, which will make the Ace of Cups. Because it's going to come together. It's just going to, yep, there it is again. Two of Cups making the Ace of Cups. It's just that I have to, you know, I have to get my mind back together. I have to get unified within myself, though, and bring myself back into the terms of this understanding of what's really, truly going on so that I can take this new offer or offer this myself. Are you going to offer the Two of Cups? However it is, you have to write in passionately, but it's almost like you have to find that passion back within yourself, right? But first you have to stop looking at the Three of Cups, okay? Because after the Nine of Wands, you get the Ten of Cups. But you're going to have to clear some boundaries, but you're actually going to have to go in. And if you're dealing with a person, this person might be a little clear-minded. They might speak their truths about the situation. Like, I don't know. You know, you kind of left me out in the cold. But in the end, it's almost like, you know, there it is. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have the coming back together of how this is and rebuilding. It's just all going to be about this message that's going to have to take place within the situation to get you back to where it is, where you can focus and invest that time and put yourself back onto the right track of where it is you truly need to be, right? And that's really what it is. It's like I lost my way and now I have to find my way back. They put me on this course because I thought it was going to be a good course. And then over here, I realized I was already on the damn good course. It's just a little harder. I think for some of you, it's a bad, like, money investment. More than love, or a bad job, you know what I mean? Something has to do with bad career, bad money investment, something has to do with career or money, investments, things of that nature. It really feels that way more than love, just to tell you the truth. Now, I'm not going to rule out love. I got a lot of love cards. I'm just saying for the majority of you, I'm telling you this is a bad money investment, a bad career choice. And you're saying that didn't do what I wanted to do. Because I see for a lot of you, this was like, I wanted to get rich fast. They sent me into this pyramid or something, and I thought I was going to do good. I started doing really good, and then it all crashed down. Because I see the tower crumbling, so it could have all crashed. Could be a stock market crash. I put all my money in there, and now I have to go back. Planning the action. You know, there was a lot of deception in the situation. You feel like they kind of deceived you in this situation, or you deceived yourself. It was too deceptive. I don't know, but I have to have a transformation. I need to listen to my higher self about this situation so that I can have the increase of where I am, because this is just going back and forth. See? Because no matter what, now I'm just going back and forth. Now there's that Two of Pentacles going back and forth within your mind. Right now I have to listen to my higher self so that I can have that increase within the Two of Cups. get myself back, because otherwise I'm teeter-tottering all over the friggin' place. Your intuition says yes. And if it is love, here's the true love card for those of you, you know that that was true love and you kind of screwed it up a little bit, right? However, but no matter what it is, it's about keeping yourself within the optimism, the dawning of a new day, and honoring the path that you're on. And that's what it is, saying, well, I have to honor the path I'm on now. I have to go back to where I know I was in control. This was a bad idea. Yeah, I have to go through those supportive connections. I need to be with the people who are this was a teaching lesson. Whoa. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if I want to have that, I have to stay in my present power so that I can have the happy success where I was. And it's almost like the tiger versus the lion situation. How am I going to pull this one off? I'm going to have to go, but you have to go backwards. That's so crazy. You're going to have to go backwards because of the loss. To gain what you need, you have to go back you have to almost like go backwards to get the new beginning. Now, if you know it's not going backwards and you know that it was back to an idea that you had and it's not just a whole place or person and it's just a thought, take that how it resonates. But whatever it is, that's where the happy success is. That's where the new beginning is. That's where you're going to be able to build something. Wow. Okay, guys. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.